What is going on YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here. Once again, thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, guys, I've already been out in the yard working before even beginning to film this. Today, I believe, is going to be our last super warm day. We're going to break the record. So if records were broken recently before watching this video, that is the day today. It's supposed to be up to 85 degrees in February here in Central North Carolina. That's insane. So regardless of the weather, I believe today we're going to do mow day. And so what I've done this morning is I've already come out and I begin to dig up with my wife's little gardening tool over here and begin to dig up some of the poa trib, the lime green grassy weed that's been all in my front yard, a little bit even back here beside me. If you can see a little dot right around there somewhere. Little spots everywhere. So going forward, it's going to take, probably 2 weeks or so to really get this. Hopefully this grass will grow. It won't wash out. There's a lot of, Lord, please help the seed to grow, praying to do. But hopefully these spots and these holes will fill in over spring. This is the best time for it to grow and to fill in. So I'm praying, Lord, will do that. So I'm already tired and been out here putting my seed down, taking a little bit. If you guys remember, I did a test with the potted plants, and I could probably make a whole video out of this, but we did triple threat in a big pot and we did GCI in a little pot. I'll show you pictures here if I still got them. And so we were just seeing, not is one seed better than the other, but just to see how they look differently. The GCI was over a year older than the triple threat. And so the triple threat came in beautifully green. It's fresh seed. The GCI came in, but it began to die off as the winter went on. And so I've taken all of that triple threat seed and the GCI seed and used it as plugs where I pulled up my poa trib. So that's something to consider. If you got some flower pots, your wife, your husband has got flower pots and they're not being used, get you some potting soil, throw you some triple threat, grow you some grass in the pots. And then when you come to pull up weeds, take those plugs and use them as plugs. It was very helpful today, and I had some soil in the bottom of this to fill in and plant new seed in some of these holes too. But some of the bigger holes, I was able to put grass there. So as long as we could keep water on it and rain and remember where they are, hopefully that will take. We did that over here and it seems to have took over there. So with that, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. With all that said, today is mow day. We're going to break out the Honda. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe for more DIY lawn care. If you're interested, hit that subscribe button, the like button if you enjoy the video, and we got channel memberships as well for those that have hung around. So with that said, we're going to do our first mow of early spring. We're going to mow it. I should have technically, yes, before somebody even comments about it, yes, technically I should have mowed and then did the poa trib, but I'm not getting out here breaking my back in 90 degrees to dig up the weeds after my mow. And I've got the way my day is organized, I'm just not able to do it. So I'm taking the chance of, yes, running my mower over seed. That's why I put the topsoil on top to kind of hold that down. Hopefully that will take. So I'm aware, thank you. But we got to get it done. And tomorrow we're supposed to get rain and it's going to drop back down into the upper 50s, lower 60s. So we got this cold front coming soon. So we want to get the mow done today. And I believe it just needs to be done. And we're going to begin to thicken up and grow. So the rest of the video, I'm going to show you guys me as I'm mowing, show you that. Just keep in mind with the lawn striper, the first mow of the season is not going to be the best. We're just now breaking in, putting those stripes in the lawn. And so the second and third is really going to be the ones that really look amazing. I'm praying and I'm hoping. Don't like the gaps in the yard. Obviously, I'm not used to having holes all in my yard. So Lord help me to overlook that. But just remember, our first mow is going to look decent, but the second and third, when we overlay those stripes over top of existing stripes, that's where they're going to look good. So I'll show you guys some of the mowing, and then we'll do a quick overview of how much did it feel like I even cut. Also, last thing, I promise, I'm debating on putting the bag on. I do have some poa annua seeds, although I'm not as concerned about it spreading because we got ethofumicate. And next year, I think in the fall, I'm going to use it twice, do 2 apps instead of 1. And the POA is not bad. It's in very isolated areas. I may or may not bag, I'm not sure. But if you have a lawn full of POA annua, you don't want to disperse those seeds all over your lawn. I would throw the bag on, dump it in the woods. Take the time to do that. Don't spread POA annua for the next season. Put the bag on, collect those seeds, toss them. So I'm debating on that. I don't know if I want to do it or not, but I'll check you guys in a little bit when we break out the mower. All right, guys, so I hope you was able to see some of the footage there. It's difficult with my iPhone as it gets older. The sun, it's 80 some degrees. The sun's blaring on it. And when that happens, it shuts off because of the heat. So I'm not sure how much footage you was able to see. Hopefully a little bit of it, but I'm gonna turn it around. We're gonna start in the front yard. I wanna show you the mow. I did cut it the same thing I was cutting in late fall, 3.5 inches. Remember, we don't want to cut too low. It allows the sun, even when it's cooler in these early spring months. Cutting it too low in fescue, number one, we can damage the turf. Number two, we can expose Poa annua seed to sun and it can cause it to germinate. So they advise keep it 3.5 inches or higher. So keep that in mind just as you go along. I've played around in the spring and cut it low. You may be fine doing it a couple times, so don't take it as a, oh my gosh, I screwed up. But just that's what I've cut it at. And I'll show you the pattern here in a second. It took me about 2 hours, and it definitely, when you're not used to doing it week after week, then it can get tiring. So let's look at the mow and quickly show you how it turned out. So again, as I walk up here to the road to turn around and show you the front of the property, if you see gaps and holes for any newcomers, new subscribers, new people watching, we've been pulling up Poa triv and weeds through the lawn. But I went once again with the double, what I call a double cut. It's the width of 2 of my mowers going down and 2 coming back. So it's my quote double cut, but it looks pretty good. As I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't expect it to stripe even this good. It's pretty decent. It looks better actually as I look at the camera versus in person. It looks a little bit better on the camera. I think the stripes are really popping more. So it's not bad for laying down the first set of stripes on the lawn there. And the grass is dark, but it can definitely be darker. We talked about that in the comments of my first fertilizer application. The fertilizer that is currently down in my lawn is 2100 ammonium sulfate from Lawn Supply Company by Ryan Knorr and Matt Martin. I'm not sure, you know, if it's just Ryan Knorr or if they're both partners. So I mentioned both of them, but that's what's down, and I'll likely do an RGS spray maybe, and we're gonna do some other things here soon. Just show you it looks definitely better, trimming it up with the weed eater, and we got some areas I'm still seeing some of the lime Poa triv. It's all over the place, but ultimately it's just gonna have to grow in. But there's still some lime green hot spots, but it's not as bad. We've got holes in replacement of lime green sticking out weeds. So oh, excuse me, I had to take a drink before I came out here. But the side yard looking great, man. I mean, for the first mow, it's pretty good. We the trim always makes it look nice, blowing it off. The corners, edging the corners, it's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. You can again see some of the big holes that I'm hoping the grass will grow. Some of it this morning, as I mentioned, I'm hoping that seed will get watered here in the weekend. And we've got several things new to the channel that I've never done before that I'm gonna be applying, so stay tuned. But I just wanted to briefly show you the mow and how it looks for the very first cut. I think it's looking pretty impressive, even with the holes we got out there from fighting Poa triv and weeds. There are some little broadleaf weeds that eventually we will have to get the backpack sprayer from down here and mix up maybe some Speed Zone or some I can't even remember the name of my other product that I've got. I've got a decent amount of it, but it's more for the warmer temps. But you can just see the double cut here, and then next time obviously we'll do a side-to-side cut, and we'll continue changing up our pattern so we don't burn in the wheels to the ground. It is still a little moist even after 3 or 4 days of no rain. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I thought about pulling the drone off, but I'm just too tired. I've got more things to do this afternoon, so it looks pretty decent. So let me know your comments below what you think. How's your lawn coming? Have you mowed yet? I know some of you up north in Jersey and such are jealous because we're out here mowing. Maybe you got a warm day today where you can get out there and do some things. Another culprit right here, man. Look how big that is. See, that's gonna take up a lot of areas. Oh, I just want to, you know what? Oh, let's kick you. Yeah, kick you in the face. Oh, I hate it so much. It's something else that's gonna bug me. I'm probably gonna have to cut out since I've done a lot of the other ones. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll end it there. Hope you have a fantastic Friday. We'll be back here Monday with another lawn care video. Hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be talking about something we're gonna be laying down to help our pH. So tune in if you got high pH. God bless.